A drifting bottle drove all the scientists on Blue Star mad. Lin Yu crossed into the divine trial field. As long as he could survive on the island for 7 days, he could become the island owner. But he unexpectedly awakened the weakest multiverse drifting bottle system. At a moment of despair, he sent a drifting bottle with a farewell letter to his family. This triggered a nationwide shock in Dragon Country. Magic crystal sent back, and 1,000,000 soldiers instantly became extraordinary. Soil crystal was transported to the moon. Experts said rice could be planted all over the second mother planet. Netizens called him the infrastructure maniac. Detected, Episode 99. Island Master Lin Yu is on the verge of death. A warning suddenly popped up on the detection page. Lin Yu is extremely vulnerable. The system coldly reminds him to give up the island, become a vagrant, and let himself be summoned and reborn by others. But Lin Yu stubbornly held on, refusing to give in even if he had only a breath left. He was simply on the verge of collapse, just one bit of support away from breaking down. But reality gave him a harsh slap in the face. Island number D10086. Only a few twigs remained of the ruined shack. Lin Yu's face was flushed with fever, his whole body weak and powerless. Data showed Constitution 2. Fever, vomiting, and diarrhea struck at once. His HP was extremely low. Ability, multiverse drifting bottle. Looks overpowered on the surface, but in reality it's useless, with a survival rating of 0.3. Only 2.8 days of life left. About to go offline at any time. But if he's summoned as a vagrant, he'll almost certainly become a low IQ island slave. The drop is absolutely bottomless. What's more ironic, just 3 days ago, Lin Yu was just a college student on Blue Star.
He accidentally clicked the drifting bottle mini program
And got transported into the survival on the Myriad Islands world. No land, just endless ocean, and tiny scattered islands. Powerful teams of all kinds came together to explore. They synthesized resources and summoned partners, and even alien monsters appeared one after another. Every morning, mysterious treasure chests would spawn by the sea. It made for a thrilling survival experience. But the real watershed of fate was still talent. Mingyu dreamed of being the protagonist, hoping to awaken an S-level divine skill, but all he got was the multiverse drifting bottle. It looks fancy on the outside, but in reality it's useless. He could generate 3 drifting bottles every day, usable for storing items and transmitting messages. Theoretically, it sounded amazing, but in practice it was worse than the legendary triple-speed axe. The 6 drifting bottles from the first 2 days were all sent out, hoping to trade for supplies, but there wasn't a single response. The only reason Lin Yu was still alive was due to the treasure chest he opened on day 1, where he found some bottled water and bread. To make things worse, a gentle breeze blew by, cooling his cheeks, while memories played like a movie in his mind, surging with scenes from the past, snippets of childhood and family, all flooding his heart. It's only been 3 days, but he already feels one step away from death. He planned to leave a final trace behind. Lin Yu struggled to write his farewell letter. He grabbed the drifting bottle, tears falling onto the letter paper. Facing the sea breeze, "Sis, I'm probably going to let you down." Every sentence was heartbreaking, as he voiced the hardest truth to believe. This place is far more brutal than any novel about transmigration. Even those broken stones and sticks would be left for Ling Zixi to remember him by. He even specifically instructed that mysterious soil crystal, if it really had value, to hand it over to the country. His last thoughts were all about his family and his homeland. Then a tidal wave of memories hit him. His parents sacrificed themselves. And you kept our family together. You cried for me, cheered me on for college exams, and pretended to enjoy my terrible cooking. Mingyu thought of every moment of warmth, but he truly couldn't hold on anymore. Only one sentence remained. "Sis, I really can't do this any longer. But I remember, every single thing is carved into my heart." Finally, he let go of the drifting bottle, pushed it into the sea, and wrote a farewell he knew would never look back. A smile appeared at the corners of his mouth, and he whispered softly, Am I finally going home? So warm. The boy collapsed quietly on the beach, as if caught in a cycle of fate. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, at the Blue Star DY Research Institute, Lin Zixi was busy working on an experiment. A drifting bottle drove all the scientists on Blue Star mad. Lin Yu crossed into the divine trial field. As long as he could survive on the island for 7 days, he could become the island owner. But he unexpectedly awakened the weakest multiverse drifting bottle system. At a moment of despair, he sent a drifting bottle with a farewell letter to his family. This triggered a nationwide shock in Dragon Country. Magic crystal sent back, and 1,000,000 soldiers instantly became extraordinary. Soil crystal was transported to the moon. Experts said rice could be planted all over the second mother planet. Netizens called him the infrastructure maniac. Thousands of miles away, Blue Star Interstellar Research Institute, Lin Zixi was busy working on an experiment. Suddenly a sharp pain hit her chest, as if her soul had been struck by a hammer. Someone in the lab teased her. Is your brother missing you again? She subconsciously picked up her phone, just about to contact Lin Yu, when she suddenly felt her heart racing, her intuition telling her something was wrong. At that moment, the chains of fate silently connected. Relative Lin Yu has been missing for 48 hours. Please contact him promptly. Otherwise, search procedures will start automatically. Skynet sent a cold, automated reminder message. At the time, Lin Zixi just smiled faintly, thinking it was just another scam attempt, and casually replied, "My brother is fine. No need for your concern." But reality gave her a direct blow. Her abnormal heartbeat and pain didn't even subside when the whole lab suddenly burst into chaos. "Zixi, come here. Our discarded DY gene tester just lit up. And when did a bottle appear on your desk? There's even a letter inside." A bottle. Lin Zixi's thoughts drifted, hardly noticing that an unfamiliar glass bottle had appeared on the desk, until she focused on the folded paper envelope inside. It was the folding method she taught her brother as a child. A familiar sense deep within her memory shocked her soul violently. When Lin Yu was young, he folded greeting cards this way every holiday. Without hesitation, she rushed over and pulled out the cork, quickly taking out the envelope. The 2 big black words on the front hit her straight in the heart. The emotions in the farewell letter hit like a tsunami. Lin Zixi's fingers trembled as she tore open the letter. "Sis, I'm afraid I can't keep my promise to earn money for your house. I really want to see you again, but I can't hold on anymore. Yesterday I ate a wild fruit, and today my whole body is malfunctioning." Looking at the blurred handwriting, Lin Zixi's breath froze instantly. All those ordinary little things. Even the BG soil crystal was made into a necklace with a string. Every sentence made her heart almost burst. So many childhood memories were all written in the letter. "I remember, but I really don't have any strength left. If you can reply using the drifting bottle, I definitely will. Don't be sad. If you cry, I'll feel pain. You have to be happy." Lin Zixi's tears welled up. She desperately covered her mouth, trying her best not to let her coworkers notice. She had a complete emotional breakdown. But her choking couldn't stay hidden for long. "Zixi, what's really going on with you?" "I'm fine, just need that miracle medicine." "I want the miracle medicine." He suddenly looked up. A flash of inspiration hit him. The function of the drifting bottle? Lin Yu explained clearly in the letter. Once you confirm receipt, the bottle records the coordinates. A bidirectional transmission channel gets created. It can also hold 1 cubic meter of supplies. After packing everything, you just throw it back into the water. As long as you want, any kind of supplies can be sent across worlds. Once his coworker heard, they instantly ran to grab the medicine. Lin Zixi forcibly turned her sadness into action. She worked hard to calm herself down. Her brother crossed over. Now, he has no other choice. He can only trust Blue Star's strongest starlight. As long as it's sent to the other world, high fever and vomiting won't be problems anymore. His thinking is very clear. He quickly placed an order on his phone. Bought bottled water, compressed food, and painkillers. Also added a real name bone cleaver knife. Each item was meticulously chosen. Soon, bags of brand new supplies were delivered straight to the lab building. Next comes witnessing a miracle moment. Lin Zixi ran into a corner, unlocked the drifting bottle, packed each supply inside, sealed the bottle opening. A single drifting bottle made all Blue Star scientists go crazy. Lin Yu crossed over to the divine trial grounds. As long as he survives the 7-day island trial, he can become the owner of the island. But unexpectedly awakened the weakest multiverse drifting bottle system. In total despair, he sent a drifting bottle containing a will to his family, and triggered a reaction from Dragon Country, causing a collective shock. Magic crystals were returned. A million soldiers instantly switched roles. Extraordinary soil crystals shipped straight to the moon. Experts said rice could be directly planted across the second mother planet. Netizens called him an infrastructure freak. Next comes witnessing a miracle moment. Lin Zixi ran into a corner, unlocked the drifting bottle, packed each supply inside, sealed the bottle opening. He saw the mess on the floor suddenly behave like it was summoned. With a whoosh, it disappeared from the spot, all collected by the bottle, filled up in 1 second. This is literally the real-life version of Lao Chun's gourd trick. Done in one go.
It worked, since that's the case.
That first-level soil crystal is truly unbeatable. Unconditionally accelerates the growth of crops by 10 times for 1 acre. If it could be rolled out nationwide for agriculture and medicine fields, and even aerospace, the possibilities are endless. Lin Zixi was completely fired up. His soul was instantly ignited. Zixi, the medicine is here. His co-worker, panting heavily, handed over the medicine. Internal use only was written clearly on the bottle. No external transfer allowed. Senior, you're amazing. He quickly stored the medicine safely, then grabbed the earthy yellow necklace, the soil crystal, held it tightly. Senior, can you help me contact the professor? I have something urgent, extremely urgent. Professor, that crystal in your hand is really interesting. What's the story behind it? It's a gift from my brother. Lin Zixi's expression was complicated. She didn't plan to explain much. Actually, she had already decided to take a risk for her brother. Even the DY detector is reacting. It's best to let the professor come take a look. Got it. Senior heard, was shocked and ran right out of the lab. At this moment, Lin Zixi pinned all her hope and longing on the letter and the soil crystal. She solemnly hung the crystal around her neck, packed all her feelings into her breath. He wrote a concise, straightforward letter, carefully tossed the supply-filled drifting bottle into the basin. Brother, you have to hang in there. Meanwhile, on the lonely island, the survival system pop-up suddenly exploded. You've received a drifting bottle returned by Blue Star's champion. Drifting bottle 1, retrieve it? Lin Yu heard the notification sound in his coma. He felt his body suddenly recharged with energy. He woke up groggy and found a bottle washish lying on the sand. The drifting bottle arrived. Lin Yu excitedly picked up the bottle. All his illness vanished in an instant. The system prompt updated at the same time. Successfully retrieved. Blue Star Dimension coordinates are now bound. From now on, supplies can be exchanged regularly. It's a reply from my sister. He twisted open the stopper. First glance, he saw Lin Zixi's familiar handwriting. Yu, the bottle contains the newest miracle medicine from Dragon Country. You'll be fine quickly after taking it. Also, I've prepared all the supplies you might need. There's a bone cleaver knife inside. Remember to take it out. It's way too dangerous here. You have to protect yourself. If you can get up, don't rush to reply yet. Hurry up and take the medicine. Let me know once you're feeling better. Lin Yu clutched the letter and put it in his pocket. He felt a warm current flow through his heart. He immediately started searching. Sure enough, he found the bottle labeled Internal Use Miracle Medicine. He also took out a bottle of mineral water, quickly swallowed the pill as instructed. His mind cleared up after a while. His whole state was fully restored. This is the power of Dragon Country's technology. Lin Yu let out a huge sigh of relief. But just after recovering, His stomach growled like a beast pouncing. Thank goodness for Lin Zixie's order. Nothing short of universal. She prepared all kinds of ready-to-eat meals. Even included a steaming box of longjang pork knuckle rice. Lin Yu's eyes sparkled like stars. Rubbing his hands, he couldn't help but eat heartily. Before he was even done eating, the system prompt landed like an alarm bell. Congratulations on making it to the 3rd day. Tonight, you'll face the first wave of Magical Beast trials. Magical Beast Task 1/5. Island protection will fail tonight. External magic energy invasion. Black Iron 1 to 5-star monsters will spawn overnight. All island owner cores are fully exposed. The monsters will attack in a frenzy. If your core gets destroyed, you'll instantly lose your status. You can't use the owner Omni skills to defeat the magical beasts. Magic crystals and materials drop. Equipment rankings are now live and update in real time. Top 1,000 rankings will be settled the next day. Survivors will receive a black iron treasure chest. Top 100 receive a bronze treasure chest. Top 10 will get a silver treasure chest. First place wins a gold treasure chest. Countdown, 7 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. There's actually ranking rewards? We have to go all out then. Lin Yu was instantly fired up. He dropped the pork knuckle rice right away.
Eyes shining.
8 hours prep period is totally enough for him. He drank a bottle of water. His gaze landed on the brand new bone cleaver knife. He saw the system pop-up light up again. Black iron bone cleaver knife. Modern industrial manufacture. Alloy steel, extra sharp. Attack plus 25. Armor penetration plus 10. Requirement. Strength 5. Durability. 40/40ths, a melee weapon. As soon as Lin Yu gripped the knife, he instantly felt that familiar sense of security. This is 10 times better than a homemade carrion blade, even as a household kitchen tool. In this savage world, it's practically the perfect starting weapon. Now that his strength is fully back to 8, with this knife in hand, his attack stat easily tops 100. Lin Yu's confidence soared. Just going out in broad daylight. Even regular wild monsters pose zero threat. He heads out with his knife to circle the island and collect today's treasure chest spawn points. After making a round, he ultimately found 2 black iron chests. Returning to the island center, after making sure it's safe, Lin Yu couldn't resist opening the first chest, thinking to himself, hoping for an epic elemental crystal. Best if it boosts stats. Obtained 1 iron block. Not very useful, he shrugged. And then proceeded to open the second chest. Obtained 1 recipe blueprint. Lin Yu was instantly speechless. This is actually less useful than the iron block. Actually, the island core comes with basic crafting formulas. But many recipes can only be exchanged for with imprints. The higher the level, the fewer imprints you get. So everyone prioritizes rare core items. For unlocking first, basic gear like stone axes and picks. Many island owners just trade imprints for crafting blueprints directly.
It's all pure luck.
Extra blueprints can be sold in the marketplace. But nothing seems to happen. Turns out you still have to rely on luck for good stuff. Black iron chests are totally unpredictable. Tonight it's all or nothing. I must go for first place. Lin Yu made up his mind immediately. Even if it means relying entirely on the sky ball at first. As long as I can reach that golden treasure chest, it'll be a huge win. He shook his head, then opened the chat channel. After getting sick, Lin Yu hardly checked the group messages. Now with the beast trial coming, he especially needed to size up the competition. The channel showed 7,631,000 online, which means only about 700 people remain. Lin Yu was stunned. The number of people dropped sharply, though there's less competition. Losing 300 people in 3 days. This death rate is hellish. Lin Yu felt his heart go cold. He thought that if he hadn't contacted his sister with a drift bottle, he'd probably be dead by now. As he was thinking, group chat suddenly blew up with Zhang San's messages. This is insane. I can barely survive on this lousy island. And now there's a beast trial coming. Lisi has 0 skills. I'm not playing anymore. Help! Is there anyone who can take me back to Earth? Wang Wu. I'm guessing my corpse will be on the island tonight. My island is just a chunk of useless rock. Plus a bit of Grass-Jun Lin is being dramatic. Isn't the beast trial just fighting monsters? With 3 magic crystals, I've already leveled up once. Level 1 Lin Yu's pupils shrank. He instantly felt a full sense of crisis. If a major battle really starts. Immediately, he opened the regional leaderboard and saw the flashiest names. Chun Lin is first. Chun Lin has 12 points. A major battle is about to erupt. And not just that, the top 7 all already have points. But they're all still in single digits. Hu Anren, Chun Lin. How did you manage that? Aren't all the animals on the island still normal? Chun Lin, are you clueless? Monsters don't spawn on the island. Don't you know they can swim ashore themselves? Watch this, Chun Lin. These were all killed tonight. The first beast trial win tonight is mine. No one else is getting the golden treasure chest. Jiang San, you're a legend. You're amazing. Can I get a piece of that fish? I'm willing to follow you. Hu Anren, Chun Lin. Can you coach me on how to fight monsters safely? At this time, Chun Lin shared a couple of monster corpse photos. The group instantly blew up. People flooded the chat with praise. Everyone wanted to hitch a ride on Chun Lin's coattails and share resources. Lin Yu didn't join the crowd. Instead, he opened the images to study them carefully. On the beach lay a few fish-shaped monsters, along with scattered ice crystals. Looks like Chun Lin's talent is ice-based. The second image, the dark blue magic crystal, was especially eye-catching. Exactly the kind of rare item that boosts attributes. Lin Yu was amazed, but he had no intention of venturing into the sea. According to the rules, it's all magical energy outside the islands. So most sea creatures have turned into monsters. Black iron, bronze, silver. Even gold-tier beasts might be hiding underwater. But as long as you don't go into the sea, these sea monsters won't come on shore. With help from drift bottles, I can keep developing steadily and take my time, he muttered self-mockingly, and then quietly added, truth is, it's mainly that I can't swim. Thinking this, Lin Yu grinned, took out another drift bottle, and prepared to check in safe and sound. Better contact my sister first, she muttered quietly again. Also, I should try contacting the authorities. Meanwhile, outside Longo's extraterrestrial research center, the professor has arrived. A black government car pulled up. An older man with gray hair but energetic eyes stepped out. That was Xiao Jianan, the renowned expert on extraterrestrial civilizations. Chan Nan, who was waiting at the door, hurriedly walked up. Teacher, you're here. That was fast. Xiao Jianan didn't bother with small talk, but strode straight into the institute. His brows were furrowed tightly. Quick, tell me everything in the call was true. Did the DY factor detector really light up? After saying that, Zhao Jianan stood at the lab door, but actually hesitated for a moment, only then dared to push the door open and ask. Chan Nan nodded firmly. Absolutely true. There are records in the lab all day long. You can ask Zixi directly. Zhao Jianan finally let out a breath. But as he pushed the door, his veins bulged. So excited his hands were shaking. 30 years, a full 30 years. Since it was developed, the DY factor detector had never lit up on its own. Since the Dragonbone Mars project 50 years ago, domestic technology seemed locked down. All our hopes rested on extraterrestrial civilizations. He was the earliest scientist on the project, and the only one still holding on today. No results in 30 years. Resources on Blue Star growing scarcer. Research funding shrinking year by year. All hopes pinned on this one machine. But if it's a false alarm, then this last ember will also die out. All he could do is retire with regret. These thoughts surged in Zhao Jianan's mind. Seeing this, Chan Nan hurriedly pushed the door open. Zixi, teacher is here. Didn't you say you had something important to report? Lin Zixi steadied her emotions and asked seriously, do you believe there's a world entirely different from ours? Other worlds? You mean other planets? Zhao Jianan asked, confused. But Lin Zixi shook her head resolutely. No, truly entirely different worlds. Not even part of this universe. Zhao Jianan gave a wry smile out of instinct. He wanted to crack a joke, but saw Lin Zixi's expression was deadly serious. His eyes widened. You're not saying our detector really connected to another world? Lin Zixi slowly touched the ochre crystal on her neck and nodded seriously. Strictly speaking, it was me personally who established contact with another world, not just the machine. The second she said this, the lab's atmosphere exploded. Zhao Jianan and Chun Nan both stared. Chun Nan suddenly lost her voice. Zixi, are you saying that bottle just now really came from another world? That's right. Lin Zixi nodded gravely. Zhao Jianan shot up. His eyes scanned the room. Where's the bottle? Where is it now? You're not tricking me, right? We're not lying to you. The bottle was just sent away by me. Lin Zixi quietly lowered her lashes. Sent away? What exactly did you do? Zhao Jianan pressed impatiently. Chun Nan tugged his sleeve, hinting, Teacher, maybe let Zixi explain the details first. Zhao Jianan finally calmed down and caught his breath. Okay, I promise I won't interrupt. Go ahead and talk. Lin Zixi nodded gently. Teacher, you still remember my younger brother Lin Yu? I remember that kid. He came to enroll in college alone. Very independent, left a deep impression. He's missing now. Lin Zixi's fingers were icy as she spoke, pulling out her phone. On the phone was the just-received Skynet message. The whole room's air seemed to freeze.
He's missing.
Zhao Jianan's gaze turned icy. Years dealing with Skynet, he could see at a glance the message was flawless. Skynet was extremely thorough in tracking family. Now Lin Yu was missing, and things just turned serious. Zixi, was he kidnapped? Or is it something else? I'll call in some favors and get the police involved right away. Zhao Jianan clenched his fists. His brows were almost knotted to death. He even put aside the DY civilization research for now. I want to see who dares touch my student. But Lin Zixi surprisingly stopped him, her voice trembling. No, not kidnapping. And not an accident either. He went to another world. Zhao Jianan's pupils contracted sharply. Lin Zixi choked back her tears, softly adding, to be exact, he crossed over to another dimension. Crossed over? Chun Nan blurted out. Yes, crossed over. Lin Zixi nodded. She looked at Zhao Jianan, but his eyes didn't hold doubt. They were sparkling with hope instead. 30 years doing science. He'd even tried all kinds of the supernatural. So Zhao Jian wasn't actually a stranger to crossing worlds. He'd even held on to a little fantasy inside. My younger brother crossed into a place called the Divine Trial Grounds. It's all endless ocean and isolated islands. Each survivor can compete for island resources. Divinities select humans from countless planes as contestants, and everyone has to fight on their own, building a brand new world step by step. For a moment, only harsh breathing remained in the air. So what's up with the drifting bottle? It's just because of my brother's talent world link. The bottle can connect to various worlds, and can even transfer things both ways. Only 3 chances a day. But the last couple of days, he hadn't connected to any world at all. As Lin Zixi said this, her voice caught with sobs. Today, my brother was both sick and starving, completely out of options. He wrote a last note, and by chance connected to our lab, so the bottle made its way through. Before she could finish, Lin Zixi's tears were falling. Her hand clenched the crystal pendant on her neck, like it was her last hope. The medicine you had me take earlier, you were right about what it was. Lin Zixi nodded desperately. It was for him to save his life. He's my only brother left. No matter if it broke the rules, I didn't care. Whatever happens, I'll take responsibility. Don't be afraid, Zixi. I'll stand up for you. What happened to your brother afterwards? Zhao Jianan beat his chest to comfort her. But Lin Zixi's eyes were red with crying, and she just shook her head. I'm not sure either. The atmosphere in the lab became suffocating. Zhao Jianan thought of the hardships Lin Zixi faced raising her brother. How tough things had been over the years. No matter how talented, they were just ordinary people. If something really happened to Lin Yu... Right then, Chun Nan suddenly shouted in surprise. It's lit up. The detector is glowing again. All 3 looked over at once. They saw the DY factor detector. gathering dust for years in the corner, was now suddenly emitting a blue glow. Zixi, is that your brother responding? It should be. Lin Zixi didn't even wipe her tears, and quickly checked the water basin. Sure enough, there was a brand new drifting bottle quietly floating there. Lin Zixi's hands shook as she opened it, and 2 letters slipped out with a plop. On the photo inside the letter was a playful selfie of Lin Yu flashing a peace sign, plus a note saying, "Sorry for worrying you, sis. Thank you for your medicine. I feel so much better now." Lin Zixi cried and laughed at the same time, her nose completely choked with sobs. Finally, a smile appeared on his face. "You brat, still pretending to be polite with me." Seeing him finally smile, Chen Nan and Zhao Jianan both breathed a sigh of relief. But Lin Shi immediately frowned again. Although his condition has improved, the real test is just beginning. Lin Yu had no reservations in her heart. There are 7 hours left before the first beast trial. The rules are very complex. The danger level is rising. It's still unclear if magic crystals can increase attributes. The island covers more than 10 square kilometers. All species and resources on the island are things never seen before on Blue Star. Even crazier is, such isolated worlds appear endlessly for humans to compete over. As long as you last until the 7th day, you can be officially appointed as Island Lord and awaken summoning powers, establish barracks, develop your own forces, rally support. Meanwhile, he directly proposed his most important request to his sister.
If possible.
Please help connect me with the government. I'm a citizen of Longguo, and I also want to open up a new world for my country, to develop this land of hope together. In addition, he attached detailed divine tips and a rundown of all the rules. Each one can be shared directly with the government. The last line of the letter was powerful and firm. Although we're separated by 2 worlds, I believe we'll meet again. Sis, make sure you live well. Lin Zixi solemnly pressed the letter to her chest and promised. She cried and smiled at the same time, until her emotions slowly calmed down. He looked at Zhao Jianan, a faint smile on his lips. "Teacher, now you won't get a chance to retire, right?" Zhao Jianan suddenly stood up, his voice trembling with excitement. "It's real. We've connected with another world."
Lin Zixi nodded firmly.
Absolutely right. And it's all made possible by our own Longguo people. Amazing. 30 years of persistence. 7 years of youth. All the waiting and risking everything. At this moment, it's finally worth it.
Teacher.
These are all the world data my brother sent back. Zhao Jianan couldn't wait any longer. He immediately opened the letter. The 3 of them crowded together to study carefully. Endless ocean, ownerless islands, monsters, magic crystals, treasure chests, and units. All new miracles. A piece of stone, a wooden stick, a crystal, could all change an entire world. Zhao Jianan's breathing grew faster, holding tightly onto the letter and data Lin Yu sent, his eyes sparkling, like going back 30 years to when he chased his dreams. Totally forgot his hair is already white. "Zixi, your brother means. This information will." Lin Zixi answered without hesitation. "Everything we have today is thanks to our country cultivating us. Without our motherland, there wouldn't be us." My brother decided to voluntarily hand over all information about the other world to the state to develop the new world together. That one sentence fired everyone up. Zhao Jiana stood straight and gave a respectful salute, his voice solemn. "Comrade Lin Zixi, even though I am your teacher, at this moment on behalf of the Institute, I offer you and your brother the highest respect." Lin Zixi's eyes turned red, and she bowed in return. The atmosphere was as solemn as it gets. After all, as teacher and students, they are more than just each other. They carry the fate of the nation. But Zhao Jian quickly frowned. But with only a few letters and a drifting bottle for the government to accept, it's still not enough evidence to mobilize the whole nation. We need ironclad proof. We have to make Lin Yu send some real items, like magical plants, animals, or magic crystals. Experts would know at a glance that they're not from Blue Star. As soon as he finished, he realized his worries and looked at Lin Zixi. But there are only 3 transmissions allowed each day. Would making requests so lightly delay you? Unexpectedly, Lin Zixi suddenly raised her hand. and pulled out several seven-star stones and sticks from under the lab table. Zhao Jianen's eyes widened.
Could these be? Lin Zixi nodded vigorously.
That's right, these ones are the first raw ores and wood Ling Yu sent back from the other world. You can't find them anywhere on Blue Star. The atmosphere instantly skyrocketed. Zhao Jianan took out his phone on the spot. This is fantastic. I'll call old Jin from the Bio Research Institute over right now. But Lin Zixi wasn't done yet. 1 second later, she whipped off the yellow crystal she always wore and solemnly handed the necklace to Zhao Jianan. Teacher, time is tight. But this will be even more convincing. Zhao Jianan stared hard at the crystal. His eyes locked onto its halo. What is this? Lin Zixi explained in a low voice. It's called a Tier 1 soil crystal. Lin Yu wrote in her letter. Burying it in the ground can make plants on an acre grow 10 times faster. I originally kept it as my good luck charm. But it's better for the country now. 10 times? Zhao Jianan's voice went hoarse from excitement. He could hardly believe his ears. This string of little crystals can really make crops sprout even on the moon. Teacher, it's written very clearly in the letter. It's not a joke,
Lin Zixi emphasized seriously.
She hadn't finished talking. Next to her, Chun Nan quickly flipped to the 3rd page of the letter and read aloud. Tier 1 soil crystal. Description 1. 10 times faster growth for plants on 1 acre. Description 2. Energy automatically recovers as low-tier crops grow. Description 3. Barren land turns into farmland. The crystal disappears when used up. Zhao Jianan's eyes widened. Even barren land can be transformed directly. That means food production on Blue Star can skyrocket. We could farm even on Mars or the moon. Zixi, is this all true? Lin Zixi gritted her teeth. In theory, yes. It's all in the other world manual. Might as well just try it out. Suddenly, the atmosphere got tense. Chun Nan brought out a potted plant. The lucky bamboo is all set up. While you guys were talking, I already prepared the experiment area. Zhao Jianan instinctively felt the process wasn't standardized, but realized this is a historical moment. So he nodded decisively. Let's do it, hurry up. The first soil crystal, buried in the flower pot. What happened next was totally unexpected. A faint light appeared in the soil. The lucky bamboo in the pot visibly shot up a centimeter in just 1 minute. It's really working, look. The 3 stared intently at the little bamboo stalk. Shocked, thrilled, and overjoyed in turn. The future hope of Blue Star is quietly sprouting here on the lab table. The whole room erupted with excitement. The lucky bamboo grew crazily, its speed doubling. Zhao Jianan's eyes almost popped out. Bamboo grows really slowly at first. It usually lies dormant for a year before suddenly taking off overnight. Some can shoot up several meters in one go. But the lucky bamboo I'm growing hasn't changed at all in a whole year. Now it's suddenly breaking through its entire growth cycle in seconds. Lin Zixi stared intently at the bamboo. She even forgot to breathe. She didn't expect that after the lucky bamboo grew 1 centimeter. The speed just wouldn't stop. In 10 seconds, it had already grown to 20 centimeters. Half a minute passed. The bamboo nodes thickened. The shoot near the crystal actually shot up to half a meter. A minute later, the lucky bamboo shot straight up to 1 meter. Its leaves were already above Ling Zixi's head. After 10 minutes, the stalks reached the ceiling. The roots became so dense they broke through the edge of the pot. The porcelain pot let out a crisp, cracking sound. The 3 quickly rushed over. Lin Zixi seemed a little nervous. The pot cracked. Is it growing too fast? Fine bamboo paired with blue and white porcelain. Zhao Jianan always treated it like a treasure. But now he looked full of excitement. What are you waiting for? Hurry and transplant it. The future of our nation depends on this bamboo. His eyes were blazing with passion and hope. This patch of soil crystal has instantly pushed plant technology ahead by 50 years. Zhao Jianan clenched his fists together. He was too excited to even speak in full sentences. The 2 of them worked together to move the pot. But they found the bamboo was too tall. It couldn't fit out the lab door, let alone the window. Zhao Jianan called out swiftly. As soon as they pushed the window open, the screen window was in the way. For the first time, Zhao Jianan felt the lab's layout made no sense. No need for a key. He just took off a piece of the shattered porcelain pot and cut open the screen. Chen Nan, hold it steady. Zhao Jianan moved decisively, still strong even at his age. He climbed out the window with the broken pot. He directly jumped out the window. Teacher. Lin Zixi and Chen Nan exclaimed together. Zhao Jianan, over 60 years old, actually jumped out carrying the pot. But he wasn't hurt. From downstairs came his booming shout. Hurry, bring me a shovel. Lin Zixi leaned out to look. She saw Zhao Jianan digging with his bare hands, getting ready to plant the bamboo right into the community's green belt. She was just about to look for a shovel, when suddenly Zhao Jianan shouted in shock. Come see this. They saw the soil crystal touch the yellow soil of the green belt, and a faint glow quickly spread through the grass. The grass that should have withered in autumn all suddenly sprang up wildly towards the crystal point. The lucky bamboo shot up as high as the utility pole. Its roots expanded in all directions. It's not just the bamboo anymore. The entire green belt has changed. Look at the bamboo! Zhao Jianan was in disbelief. This is absolutely unreal. His voice was so loud it made hearts race. Zixi, call the capital's commander Lei Zhengguo right now. Zhao Jianan urged anxiously, telling Lin Zixi to hand him the phone. He quickly dialed the number. Hello, is old Lei there? A hearty laugh came over the phone. Old Zhao. How many years has it been since you called me during work hours? Zhao Jianan immediately switched gears. Cut the nonsense. Come to my lab right now. Bring an escort vehicle. Bring special forces. Be prepared to provide security. The two students beside him were stunned. Commander-in-Chief of the Imperial Military District, 5-star general. Who dares give orders like that? But right now, this is the front line for Longo's future. Clang clang. The phone speaker was on. A loud clash sounded from Lei Zhengguo's side. So there's really extraterrestrial life? Zhao Jianan replied firmly. No kidding, would I call you like this if not? There was just a brief pause on the other end. Then came an instant agreement. 10 minutes. I'm on my way. Lei Zhengguo's heart was already pounding. 1st Assault Battalion. Deploy military helicopters immediately. Fastest military vehicles, all on standby. Traffic Ministry, green lights all the way. If we're not there in 10 minutes, everyone is suspended. Lei Zhengguo finished his instructions and forgot to hang up the phone. At the same time, every word of the conversation reached Lin Zixi and Chen Nan's ears. Teacher, isn't this kind of over the top? Zhao Jianan burst into laughter. Over the top. Please. Lei Zhengguo loves to act quickly and decisively. He says 10 minutes, it'll be 10 minutes. He just likes to compete with me. Chen Nan asked again. Do we really need to be in such a hurry? Zhao Jianan nodded firmly. Absolutely, it's totally necessary. 50 years of pent-up hope, all released in an instant. Zhao Jianan looked into the distance. Longo has waited 50 years for this chance. Whether it's defense, the economy, civil uses, or agriculture, we can now match up to the US. The only thing left is to break the deadlock. We're just missing a breakthrough. But now our chance is here. Zhao Jianan's expression was unyielding. Chen Nan stood in respectful silence. Then Zhao Jianan's tone softened a little. But Zixi, your teacher wants to ask you an important question. Lin Zixi nodded solemnly. What would you like to ask? Zhao Jianan's gaze was sharp. Your brother's notes say, the soil crystal can only accelerate plant growth by 10 times. But at this speed, it feels like it's hundreds or thousands of times faster, right? Lin Zixi was stumped. She quickly flipped through her brother's letter, while watching the green belt and lucky bamboo continue to grow wildly. Teacher, look here. Lin Zixi spread out the letter. It says the soil crystal has its own energy and automatically absorbs energy from the surroundings. Those bits of earth just now, the yellow sparkles were actually energy factors from the crystal. It can even affect as much as 1 mu of land. Zhao Jianan nodded repeatedly. Once the energy spreads, the speed drops off. Lin Zixi analyzed the situation. At first, it was just a small potted plant. Then it turned into an entire green belt. This area is only about 100 square meters, so the energy had nowhere to go, causing a massive effect. Now that it's spreading over a whole mu, the speed is gradually slowing down. Chun Nan pointed across the road. Teacher, look at the green belt over there. There are sparkles too, just not as many. That proves your guess is right. Zhao Jianan waved his hand with a smile. I'm just following Zixie's train of thought, that's all. He looked at Lin Zixie seriously. Zixie, on this whole planet, your brother knows the new world best, and you know him better than anyone. You'll face many temptations in the future. Your teacher hopes that you will. Lin Zixie saluted resolutely. We're military kids. National interests come first. Zhao Jianan clapped in delight. You're a good kid hearing you say that. Puts my mind at ease. The future really belongs to your generation. Whoosh. A strong gust of wind suddenly blew in. Then came a burst of rapid whooshing overhead. An army green helicopter hovered above. Lei Zhenguo, in full uniform, kicked open the door and shouted, Old Zhao, 7 minutes. Is that fast enough? Zhao Jianan looked up and replied, Plenty fast. I told your special forces to brace for the ride. Escort immediately. Lei Zhenguo steadily landed the helicopter. The motorcade will be here any minute. All weapons are locked and loaded. In Zhao Jianan's eyes, it's all hardcore brilliance. There's something even more intense. Guess who's here? Lei Zhenguo pushes open the cabin door. An elderly man wearing a protective helmet slowly walks down. Zhao Jianan rubs his eyes in surprise. Zhang Anlin, you actually came in person. Dr. Zhang. Lin Zixie and Chun Nan call out together. The nation's leading agronomist shows up in person. Now that's some real prestige. Zhang Anlin laughs heartily. Just call me Uncle Zhang. He gives Zhao Jianan a big bear hug right away. Lei Zhenguo quickly moves closer. Old Zhang was just showing off his new seats in his office. He heard you made a big discovery. He insisted on coming along. Zhang Anlin chimes in. No one takes care of this place, huh? It's a total mess. This bamboo is growing really oddly. Is it a new variety? The old friends' reunion can wait. Lei Zhenguo smiles and pats him on the shoulder. He pulls Zhao Jianan closer. Come on, speak up. You want me to rhyme or something? So is it alien technology or data from a new civilization? Hurry, take us to see it. Zhao Jianan smirks. Neither. The answer is right under your feet. Turns out there's a secret hidden beneath their feet. Lei Zhenguo stomps firmly on the cement floor. He frowns. He doesn't notice anything strange. But right at that moment, Zhao Jianan rolls his eyes and looks back at them. I'm not talking about the solace of your feet. It's this bamboo. One sentence leaves everyone stunned. Lei Zhenguo turns his head in shock. He looks at the green belt. That giant bamboo is taller than a utility pole. He can't help but click his tongue. Is this by any chance an alien species? Can it really be used for new materials? But unexpectedly, his keen eyes suddenly notice the broken ceramic pot at the base of the bamboo. His expression changes instantly. Isn't this your lucky bamboo? Zhang Anlin rushes over. His eyes go wide, staring at the bamboo in shock. A potted lucky bamboo, growing so tall in a green belt? That can't be right. Then Zhang Anlin bends over and touches the tender shoots. He starts speaking faster. These branches are fresh and tender. The old ones aren't even withered yet. No way fertilizer could do this.
But
Zhao Jianan doesn't keep them guessing. He immediately digs into the soil. A chunk of golden yellow soil crystal appears. What is this thing? Lei Zhenguo and Zhang Anlin exclaim in unison. Lei Zhenguo focuses on the glowing soil crystal. His brow furrows deeply. Could it be a meteorite? It's glowing and seems radioactive. That's kind of scary. Zhao Jianan sneers. He places the crystal in Lei Zhenguo's hand. His gaze is firm. What's there to be afraid of? Radiation? I already tested it with my instruments. Didn't you once carry nuclear leakage barehanded? See for yourself. A flood of memories rushed into Lei Zhenguo's mind. Back when he saved people during a radiation leak and won a first-class merit. He's an expert on radiation. He actually doesn't sense any radiation. Zhang Anlin steps closer. His eyes are burning with excitement. So it's this thing that's making the plants grow like crazy. But right now, Zhang Anlin floats a bold idea. Old Zhao for this bamboo, and the soil around these greenbelt plants. I need to take them all back for research. Zhao Jian is very generous. He waves his hand in agreement. Take whatever you want, dig up whatever you need. But then he suddenly shifts the tone. But this is not a meteorite. It's something from another world. Zhang Anlin's pupils quake. His voice trembles. The Fireseed Project. You really did it. Memories surge like tide in his mind. He once joined the Fireseed Project with a heart full of passion. He wanted to explore the unknown for the nation. But in the end, he had to fade away little by little. Yet he never let go of that original inspiration. Zhao Jianan straightens up and explains. This all has to thank my student Lin Zixi and her little brother Lin Yu. Then, Zhao Jianan gives a formal account of the siblings' situation. Both are descendants of the 601 world heroes. They've depended on each other since childhood. 3 days ago, Lin Yu crossed to another world. Yeah, just like those portal stories you watched as kids. The whole scene burst into chaos again. Zhang Anlin is totally stunned. There really is world traveling. His mind is still stuck in fantasy, never expecting to step into reality. Zhang Anlin turns his head, asking anxiously. His voice is shaky. Why, you're not kidding, right? Zhao Jiana raises an eyebrow. Not backing down at all. Do I look like someone who likes to joke around? The tension keeps rising. Zhang Anlin quickly tries to clarify. No, I'm not doubting you. It's just too much to take in. Only then does Zhao Jianan rein in his temper. He softens his tone. All right, you won't just trust my word for it. No matter what I say, you still don't buy it.
He quickly changes direction.
His eyes sweep across the lab. Aren't you all about evidence? This street is fully monitored. From when I buried that crystal to the plants going wild, it was all recorded. Just check it and you'll see. Suddenly, Lei Zhengguo's hands move fast. A flash of golden light appears in his eyes. He whips out his satellite phone. This is Lei Zhengguo with the Imperial Capital Military Region. Connect me to the Ministry of Transportation. A series of military orders followed one after another, each resounding with authority. This segment of surveillance from the DY Institute of Civilization. Copy it immediately and send it to my terminal. Level 1 confidentiality access. Backup and destroy. Absolutely do not let any foreign nation know. Just as the response finished over the walkie-talkie, the ground suddenly trembled. The atmosphere instantly grew tense. Lei Zhengguo's eyes were as sharp as blades. Scour the area. Suddenly, he spotted a fleet of speeding military vehicles. 10 light military vehicles in the lead. A heavy armored formation followed powerfully behind. Turns out there are people. Lei Zhengguo exhaled a sigh of relief. Zhang Anlin tried not to laugh as he patted his shoulder. Oh, Lei, weren't you the one who gave the strict orders? You told them to arrive in 10 minutes. If they weren't fast, you'd suspend them. Lei Zhengguo scoffed. It's a national mission. Speed is the bottom line, after all. Watching the vehicles line up in flawless formation, Lei Zhengguo's eyes showed rare gentleness. Great job, boys. The vehicles parked with precision in front of the institute. Their lineup was nothing short of perfect. Even the spacing looked measured. Assemble. Lei Zhengguo gave a sharp command. All 130 members of Wolfgang Company disembarked with weapons in sync. Not a step out of line. Leading the group, Long Feng stepped forward from the ranks. With powerful voices, they reported, Reporting, Commander. Wolfgang Company, 130 soldiers. Rushed here within 10 minutes. Awaiting your orders? As Lei Zhengguo issued his command, the company of soldiers immediately spread out. They completely secured every key point. Lei Zhengguo nodded in rare praise. His gaze was intense. Lang Feng picked up the terminal device. Come with me to Academician Zhao's office. Lang Feng snapped to strict attention, his expression firm and resolute. But before they had the surveillance footage, they found themselves at Zhao Jianen's desk. Lin Zixi pulled up the lab's surveillance footage. Video. On screen, a message in a bottle appeared out of thin air on the desk twice. Without any warning, if the clock hadn't shown not a second passing, everyone would have thought they were watching special effects. Zhao Jianan smiled so hard his eyes curved. He slammed his palm heavily onto Lei Zhenguo's shoulder. Impressive, right? Here's your evidence. Old Zhang, why are you suddenly quiet? Too excited to speak? Zhang Anlin was completely absorbed, staring at the glowing detector.
His lips quivered.
Isn't that the DY factor detector we designed? His gaze became distant, involuntarily remembering scenes from 10 years ago. Back during the Fire Seed project, they worked tirelessly in this very lab alongside Zhao Jianan. That's right, it was a tough project. Zhao Jianan nodded. After you all left, I spent 5 years fully upgrading the system and chip. Only the shell remains from the old version. Zhao Jianan's eyes turned red-rimmed, unable to hide his emotions. You all are heroes of the country. Lei Zhenguo respectfully removed his cap. His voice was impassioned. All these years of hard work weren't in vain. It was worth it for me too. Zhao Jianan smiled as he raised his hand. A wave of warmth filled the air. Suddenly, Lei Zhenguo's terminal flashed red. Lang Feng quickly activated the device. The latest surveillance footage appeared on the screen. They didn't expect the thumbnail to be a classic shot of Zhao Jianan with his butt up in the air. Lei Zhenguo was just about to start joking, when he was instantly shot down by Zhao Jianan's glare. A true hero doesn't get hung up on details. All right, calm down. Get back to business. Everyone shared a good laugh. Lang Feng started playing the footage. The camera panned out the window. Lei Zhenguo immediately fixed his eyes on the lucky bamboo. He nearly dropped his jaw in shock. That bamboo had already grown out that far sideways. And that wasn't even all. Zhao Jianan instantly dragged the progress bar backward. The scene switched to him burying the soil crystal. The very next second, the screen was taken over by a golden-brown glow. The entire green belt looked supercharged. The lucky bamboo shot straight toward the sky. 2 meters, 3 meters, 5. Then up to 5, 10 meters in an instant. One stalk had already become a towering tree. Zhang Anlin gripped his terminal tightly, his eyes almost popping out. This is a biological miracle. He started breathing heavily. He could barely utter a word. Even Lei Zhenguo was left dumbfounded, staring hard at the screen. This really wasn't sped up. Even though he saw the crazily growing lucky bamboo when he came in, seeing it with his own eyes now was an entirely different experience. Lang Feng immediately checked the video, reported gravely to the commander. The video showed no signs of speeding up or post-production, all at original speed. Lei Zhenguo was overwhelmed with emotion, slamming both hands onto the table. Excellent, excellent. It really was worth dispatching the convoys for this. This is a national treasure, an unmatched hero. Lei Zhenguo immediately gave orders. Lang Feng, take your men right away. Ensure tight security for the soil crystal. You're coming back to the military base with me later. But Zhang Anlin suddenly grabbed his arm, his voice urgent. Wait, does this thing really need to go to the base? Zhang Anlin's eyes blazed with excitement. A plant that grows 10 times faster. It's tailor-made for my research. Lang Feng, just bring it to my lab later. He was confident. With this crystal, my experimental field could accelerate new seed research by 20 times. Lang Feng froze, his gaze darting back and forth between Zhang Anlin and Lei Zhenguo, completely torn. After all, Volfang Company doesn't answer solely to Lei Zhenguo. As a special appointee of the military district, Zhang Anlin could mobilize them too. Ridiculous. Lei Zhenguo's mustache practically quivered in anger.
He stared Zhang Anlin down.
Do you really understand how valuable that crystal is? Letting you use it in your field would be a waste. It should be delivered to the aerospace department. Only launching it to the moon would be worthy of its potential. He grew more and more intense. Haven't you realized? This crystal can transform wasteland into fertile ground. Longo's arable land is hardly enough. Only by going to the moon can we truly secure food safety. But Jiang Anlin shoved him aside immediately, his voice booming. What would 1 acre do? Give me the crystal. I'll develop completely new seeds. All those abandoned plans can come back to life. You just don't get it. The two faced off, bristling with tension. The atmosphere was about to explode. Both sides' emotions soared. They even started shoving each other. It looked like they might throw punches any moment. Lin Zixi, Chen Nan, and Lang Feng exchanged looks. They were stunned. The two titans of the military and science world were really butting heads like this. They nearly came to blows. Chen Nan turned to quietly comment to Zhao Jianan, looking like he was watching the drama unfold. Professor, are all your friends like this? Zhao Jianan tried to put on a serious air, but when he looked at Chen Nan and Lin Zixi, with their gossipy eyes asking if he was the same, he could barely hold back a smile. He forced himself to rein it in. He absolutely couldn't let his image collapse now. So he cleared his throat lightly and walked right between the two live wires, bellowing loudly to break them up. Isn't everyone trying to help the country by stopping this? Can't we just discuss this in a meeting? Jiang Anlin turned his head and froze. It was as if he didn't recognize Xiao Jianan. Oh, Zhao, I can't believe you're not backing me up. But Zhao Jian just glared fiercely. Seriously, are you actually going to fight? Do you want my students and this young soldier to keep watching this show? As soon as he spoke, Lei Jianguo instantly calmed down. Everyone turned their heads. They saw that Lang Feng, Lin Zixi, and Chen Nan were already squatting together with their arms wrapped around their knees, watching the drama unfold. The three of them thought to themselves, even a sci-fi blockbuster isn't this entertaining. Lei Jianguo couldn't keep his composure. His face turned red. He shouted loudly, Lang Feng, who told you to squat over there? I'll keep playing the video. But it's already finished. Lang Feng pointed at the screen. The screen on the terminal was stopped at the moment Lei Jianguo landed with the armed helicopter. That's all there is. Lei Jianguo seemed a bit awkward. His tone faltered. Just at that moment, Lin Zixi took the initiative. I still have letters from the other world sent by my brother. Then he took out the envelope directly and carefully handed it over. Lei Jianguo laughed heartily and took the letter smoothly. Old Zhao really knows how to teach his students. He couldn't help but shoot a glare at Lang Feng as he said that. As soon as he opened it, he immediately spotted Dragon Country characters on the letter. But the paper itself was completely unfamiliar. At the same time, Jiang Anlin came over as well. His professional instincts kicked in, instantly analyzing the details of the paper. The two of them had their heads almost touching. So poisonous. Originally, it was just to break the awkwardness. But the more they read, the more shocked they looked. The content kept escalating. The worldview kept blowing their minds. Nationwide survival. God trials, magic stones, supernatural abilities. It was all there. But right after that, they found, wait, isn't this the crystalline soil from earlier? And all those descriptions of Lin Yu and the other world. Jiang Anlin and Lei Jianguo were like a pair of old kids, constantly exclaiming. With each sentence they read, the door to a new world opened just a bit more. And not just that, they got more excited the more they read. They became even more hopeful for Dragon Country's future. Interdimensional travel between the two worlds. A technological leap is just around the corner. Who could handle all this? Oh, Lei, look here. Jiang Anlin quickly turned to the back of the letter. He started reading faster. In the next second, bold words from Lin Yu leapt off the page. Lin Yu, child of the Dragon Country, descendant of Chinese soldiers, willing to open the other world for my country. This feeling was absolutely genuine. It hit them right in the heart. Tears welled up in Lei Jianguo's eyes, and he quickly turned away. This child is alone, surrounded by enemies on an alien island. Monsters everywhere, and still puts his homeland first. Lei Zhengguo clenched his fists, standing at attention and saluting toward the sunlight. In the sunlight, tears finally streamed down his cheeks. Jiang Anlin looked solemn and followed with a salute. The emotions in his heart were his alone to understand. If the youth are wise, the nation is wise. If the youth are strong, the nation is strong. Their hands stayed raised in the air, not lowering for a long while. Only after a long time did they slowly put them down. Their emotions reached the sky. Just as the atmosphere grew heavy, Lin Zixi gently tugged at them. Actually, the reason our dragon country has made it this far is because of countless people like you, holding strong to your beliefs and protecting your passion. Lei Zhengguo nodded. That's right, with people like you, dragon country will never fear hardship. Zhao Jianan gave a small smile, bringing everyone back to reality. Don't forget education's contribution. You can't leave me out. Then he changed the subject. Young heroes have a country, but the nation can't ignore the challenges they're facing. Lei Zhengguo was stunned. He'd only noticed the passion for the country in science, but hadn't had a chance to learn about Lin Yu's current situation. How dangerous it is now. Do you need me to send soldiers to assist? But Zhao Jianan shook his head. It's not that we don't want to, it's that we simply can't. The mood shifted again. Jiang Anlin quickly took the letter and opened the first one. The first thing he saw were two big words, farewell letter. Check this out, old Lei. This was written by Lin Yu when he thought he wasn't going to make it, at the brink of death. The paper was soaked with blood and tears from surviving on the island. Food poisoning, high fever, malice. Every line was filled with danger. This child has sacrificed so much. Lei Zhengguo's voice was hoarse, tears brimming in his eyes. The two of them kept reading. The letter told more of Lin Yu's story, how he and Lin Zixi grew up together, losing both parents as children. The siblings relied on each other to survive. Then Lin Zixi made it into graduate school, and Lin Yu got into his dream university in Dragon Country. Memories unfolded one by one, like a long camera shot playing slowly. No fancy words, but every sentence cut to the core. All these years, their struggles were written in that letter. Every word made the atmosphere incredibly tense. Who would have thought Major General Lei Zhengguo, who'd read countless soldiers' last letters, would break down at this moment? How could we let this child suffer like this? He spoke with a trembling voice,
His eyes red,
Jiang Anlin was even more emotional,
his tears already soaking his face.
no longer able to hide his feelings. All the heated arguments from before instantly melted away, leaving only powerful pity. Suddenly they saw in the letter that this crystal necklace was from Ling Yu to her sister. The two of them were startled at the same time, instinctively pushing the crystalline soil on the table back toward Lin Zixi. We can't accept this, Lei Zhengguo said solemnly. Jiang Anlin, voice hoarse, also nodded repeatedly. The atmosphere instantly became tender and heavy. Seeing this, Lin Zixi quickly explained, I've already sent my brother special medicine. He's getting better now. Lei Zhengguo still felt guilty. Jiang Anlin's eyes were bloodshot. Actually, this is a gift from him to you. The two were reluctant to let it go. Lin Zixi straightened up, with a determined smile. It's fine. This is a decision my brother and I have made together. Our country raised us, and we want to give back to our homeland too. He paused, looking a bit shy. If I could secure some more national support for my younger brother, that would be for the best. The atmosphere stilled for a moment. Lei Zhengguo waved his hand grandly. Leave it to me. As long as it's legal. With your Uncle Lei here, you have nothing to worry about. Thank you, Uncle Lei. Lin Zixi nodded solemnly. She opened the second letter. This letter was even more direct, detailing the cruel rules of the Warcraft breakups and the pressure Lin Yu was currently facing. Lin Zixi looked up, testing the waters. If we could apply for some weapons for my brother, to help him defend against the nocturnal monsters, I wonder if that would be possible? As she finished speaking, her voice grew much quieter. Everyone's expression became tense. Gun control in the Dragon Kingdom is strict. Such a request had never been made before. Before Lei Jianguo could speak, Chen Nan, Zhao Jianan, and Zhang Anlin all stared at him in unison. Lei Jianguo was stunned. Why are you all looking at me? This posture of yours is making me nervous. Lin Zixi snapped her head up, hope dancing in her eyes. Is it really possible? However, Lei Jianguo explained seriously. Laser weapons are out for now. The research hasn't been fully unlocked yet, and the international and personal implications are too great. But Comrade Lin Yu is taking risks for the country.
He's still holding the front line.
Providing standard weapons is no problem at all. Lin Zixi hesitated. But isn't the Dragon Kingdom a gun-free zone? Lei Jianguo laughed heartily. You're talking as if Lin Yu is still inside the Dragon Kingdom. His tone shifted abruptly, and he gave a loud command. Lang Feng, go to the vehicle and get 2 AKs, plus a Desert Eagle and ammo. 3 crates of each. If it weren't for the limited space, I'd send riot shields along with them. Lang Feng saluted immediately, rushing out like the wind. Lin Zixi was trembling with excitement. She pressed her hands together. Thank you so much. Lei Jianguo smiled slightly, pulled out a piece of white paper, and prepared a gun permit. He signed his name and handed it over dominantly. I'm now specially authorizing a temporary gun permit for Comrade Lin Yu. Fill out the details after the meeting. It takes effect immediately. Later, I'll issue him a formal one with an official seal. Chen Nan's eyes widened. So it can be done like this? Incredible. Lei Jianguo beat his chest resoundingly. Leave this matter to me. Young Lin is risking his life for the country. This little thing isn't even worth mentioning. Lei Jianguo's voice was powerful, his presence filling the room. Does anyone have an objection? Tell them to come find me at the commander's office of the Imperial Capital Military Region. Lin Zixi was full of excitement. Thank you, Uncle Lei. Zhao Jiana intentionally leaned in, teasing her with a grin. See? I told you taking me as your teacher was the right move. This is a guaranteed win. Zhang Anlin couldn't help but laugh out loud. The atmosphere instantly brightened. Even Chen Nan joined in the laughter. The office was suddenly buzzing with energy. Before the excitement could die down, a report suddenly came from the door. Lang Feng entered with several soldiers, carrying firearms and ammunition. They lined up the heavy equipment one by one. Lei Jianguo looked at the gear and immediately followed up. The volume doesn't exceed 1 cubic meter, right? By the way, does Lin Yu need anything else? Like a bulletproof vest? Lin Zixi observed with a slight hesitation, trying to see which soldier's build most resembled her brother's. Finally, she chose the man to the left of Lang Feng. Good choice. While the soldier was changing into the vest, Lei Jianguo spotted the tactical vest on Lang Feng. Xianwo series body armor with dragon scale plating. Whether it's bullets or melee impact, it withstands everything. Then he moved nimbly. The main thing is the tactical dagger in the vest. Grooved for bleeding, lightweight and portable. The base can even hide 4 rounds of ammunition. In a critical moment, the dagger can switch to pistol mode. But that wasn't all. He pulled out a high-intensity flashlight. Lighting, high-intensity strobe, and electric shock. A total of 4 modes. The bottom also holds 4 extra rounds. Lin Zixi listened in awe of the Dragon Kingdom's military industry. This is way too cool. Lei Jianguo was beaming with pride, full of confidence. Hand grenades are tucked in the sides, and there are timed explosives hidden too. They can be set up quickly for high-efficiency detonation. I'll write down detailed instructions later and send them along with the supplies. Zhang Anlin looked on with envy. I say, oh Lei, this equipment you're giving, I've never seen such a complete set in my life. How come you never gave one to me? Lei Jianguo sneered. Which piece of your guard squad's gear doesn't have these? You're just looking for something to complain about. But then his tone shifted. Lei Jianguo's expression suddenly turned serious. Not just Lin Yu. Your safety, Lin Zixi, cannot be ignored either. Lin Zixi was taken aback. I'm actually fine. I'm always at the Research Institute. The security measures are quite thorough, Lei Jianguo said solemnly. But it's different now. Your brother depends entirely on you to communicate with the outside world. No matter how secure the institute is, you are still a special target. Your protection must be reinforced. He gave an order. Lang Feng, contact the Fire Phoenix unit immediately. Deploy a platoon of elite female soldiers for 24-hour dedicated protection. Lin Zixi understood. Lang Feng gave a crisp salute and went to take action. Only then did Lei Jingwo smile reassuringly. The Fire Phoenix unit is composed entirely of female soldiers. They specialize in protecting the families of key national figures. They are discreet and professional. You'll definitely find them more convenient than male soldiers. Lin Zixi was a bit overwhelmed, nodding hesitantly. Thank you, Uncle Lei. At this moment, events were surging. The suicide note from her brother, traveling to another world, soil crystallization, the life-saving dance, and the special deployment of a guard platoon. For the first time in her life, Lin Zixi felt like she was in a dream. Everything was beyond what she had imagined because of her brother. Lin Yu would get all these surprises. A smile spread across Lin Zixi's lips. I didn't expect that I'd get to benefit from your situation too, little brother. Lei Zhengguo remained as generous as ever. Zixi, if you need anything else, just say the word. Everything here is covered.
Lin Zixi responded.
I want to write a letter. Also, there's still a little space left. I plan to buy some self-heating meals to send to my brother as well. But before she could get up, Lei Zhengguo looked at Lang Feng, who had just hung up the phone. Arrange for a few people to move military rations from the truck. And bring a first aid kit or two. Also, we need to go to the supermarket to buy vegetables and meat, but Zhao Jiana was unconvinced. Buying vegetables and meat? You don't seriously want Lin Yu to start cooking on a deserted island, do you? Unexpectedly, Lei Zhengguo shot him a look. The vegetables and meat are for me to eat. Zhao Jianan was momentarily confused. Lei Zhengguo was impatient. Lin Yu could send a message back at any time. If there's danger, I need to coordinate support immediately, so. His gaze swept across. The old abandoned dormitory of the Institute is now being requisitioned by me and Wolfgang Company. Comrade Lin Yu, until security is guaranteed, the soldiers and I will be stationed here. Is that clear? Seeing Zhao Jianan freeze up, Lei Zhengguo urged him. Why are you still standing there? Go clear out an office for me to use as a temporary dorm. I need to be ready at all times. Zhao Jianan's lips parted slightly. No, Lei Zhengguo waved his hand. He didn't listen and just took over the desk. No dawdling. I need to write weapon instructions for Comrade Lin Yu. Zhao Jianan could only give a wry smile. Helpless, he glanced at Lin Zixi and Shonan. But they both immediately looked away, playing dumb. Wolfgang Company soldiers started moving quickly, while Lei Zhengguo wrote with a flourish, writing on paper. Just then, Lin Zixi looked at everything in front of her, feeling a rush of warmth in her heart. Having a country like this really makes me feel safe. Meanwhile, things on Blue Star were in chaos. Lin Yu far away on the island. It was already the afternoon. Beside the crystal, a simple wooden shelter had been built. Lin Yu was on full alert. He had a bone-cutting knife on his waist and wielded a stone shovel, digging the earth bit by bit, gradually enclosing a 4-square-meter space, building walls and moats out of earth with varying heights, life and death hanging by a thread. No matter what happens tonight, the crystal must be defended. He reinforced the earthen walls and opened a box of self-heating rice. Braised chicken and rice. Lin Yu looked at the familiar flavor in his hands. A faint smile on his lips. A taste he got sick of in college. Became a gourmet treat after crossing worlds. He joked that he was becoming a weasel. But he just couldn't give up this taste. Jumping out of the trench, he used the water-fetching break to check out the back of the island as well, coming through the woods to the western coast, and found only rocks here. No fine sand. According to the instructions, he poured the rice pack into a bowl, carefully measured out the precious bottled water in the heating unit, scooped up seawater, stuck in the heating pack, closed the lid. A bubbling sound erupted when water was added. Steam rose up, and a rich aroma filled the air. Lin Yu's eyes lit up. Now that's what I call food. Just within a few days, this was already the second proper meal since arriving. Smelling the steaming scent, he looked out at the sea, seeing more than a dozen islands on the horizon, of various shapes and sizes, wondering if the other survivors were still alive. Features like binding, the crystal store, synthesis, and chat are all essential. Only by passing the 7th day island owner trial can you freely unlock self-heating meals. Even though he had a lot of rice, every portion was very precious. The supplies Lin Zixi sent by message in a bottle were mostly bedding, with only a handful of rice meals. If there was enough food, Lin Yu believed, other island owners would definitely use all sorts of resources to trade for food. Thinking about that, the steam from the pot got thicker. He quickly lifted the lid. Each grain was separate. The chicken was tender. The aroma of braised chicken instantly filled the air. Unable to resist, Lin Yu popped a piece of chicken into his mouth. It was so hot he could only suck in air, then tore open his chopsticks. The oil was fragrant, meaty juices overflowing. It smelled so good. He kept shoveling it in, licking the oil from his hands, not willing to waste a drop. The braised chicken and rice was gone in no time. His mouth was dry, so he poured what was left of his bottled water into the bowl and gulped it all down with the oil, completely satisfied, and burped. Lin Yu carefully collected the plastic packaging. It wasn't about cleanliness. The trash could be processed by the crystal, turned into synthetic industrial scraps, so he couldn't just throw it away. Just then, there was a sudden rustle from the woods behind him. Know when something was off. Lin Yu was on high alert. The sound kept getting closer, followed by the heavy thud of something hitting the ground. Earth-shaking, rumbling closer.
He gripped his bone-cutting knife.
Every nerve on edge. Could the smell have attracted a beast? His heart tightened. If it's just a small carnivore, maybe he could get a little more meat. But if it's a large predator, all he could do was run. As long as it's not a wolf pack, with the bone-cutting knife and boosted stats, he might be able to fight. Worst case, he could retreat to the crystal area. But this noise wasn't like a small animal. Suddenly, a beastly roar tore through the air. A black bear. Lin Yu's eyes went wide. From behind the bush, a nearly 2-meter-tall black bear charged straight at him. Fixating on the rice bowl in his hand, Lin Yu didn't hesitate and tossed the empty bowl far away. Take it, dude, it's all yours. But the bear's eyes only flicked over. And a second later, its blood-red gaze locked on Lin Yu again. Crap, this bear is after me. Lin Yu cursed out loud and bolted. The black bear thundered forward, charging like a tank. I'm screwed, I'm screwed. Lin Yu desperately ran back toward the crystal base. But the bear was much faster than he'd expected. Lin Yu darted left and right, but the black bear followed his every move, the gap closing quickly. The bear's mouth even curled up into an eerie sneer, moving just half a beat late, obviously toying with him. Lin Yu was forced to the end of the rocky shore, with only the ocean behind him. Look down on me, huh? I'll fight you with everything I've got. Adrenaline pumping. He raised the Pengyu knife high. Whatever bookishness he had as a college student was completely gone. All that was left was pure grit. Right then, a system message popped up. You have received Drift Bottle 1 sent back from Blue Star. Do you want to retrieve it? Lin Yu froze for a moment and spotted, amid the crashing waves, a transparent bottle glowing as it washed ashore, with 3 miniature guns faintly visible inside. Fighting the urge to celebrate, Lin Yu gave the command, decisively chose to retrieve it. White, blue, and purple lights flashed all at once. All the supplies in the bottle dropped neatly at his feet. An AK, a Desert Eagle, a box of ammo, a medical kit, plus a stack of military self-heating meal kits. Everything was there. The black bear paused, wary, confused in its eyes. But the smell of food and hunger hit again in an instant, making the ground shake with its charge. Now the situation's changed. Now you're the one in trouble. Lin Yu sneered coldly and dashed into the pile of supplies. Special silver Desert Eagle. Purple description. Pure silver body. Aggressive appearance. The peak of humanity's hot weapons. Attack effect 135. Armor penetration plus 50, magazine 77, durability 300 300ths. Ling Yu disengages the safety, loads decisively. The black bear faces the barrel. Its body instinctively senses danger, but reason prevails over instinct. A small metal box? He's seen plenty of them. How dangerous could it be? Bang, the gunshot thunders. The black bear's left foreleg instantly bursts open with a bloody hole. Blood sprays wildly. Didn't hit the heart. Lin Yu secretly frowns. Originally was aimed at a vital spot, but the black bear moved too fast. Only hit his foreleg. Still, he doesn't pause. Pulls out a new drift bottle. Quickly sweeps up all the supplies. Stashes them inside. Turns and dashes along the ground. Bang bang. Lin Yu fires 2 more shots. Although only one hits, it strikes the black bear where it's wounded. Its left limb is hit. The black bear howls in pain. Its speed drops sharply. Lin Yu bolts away along the path, with his sights set on the crystal base. There's a trench blocking him. He can easily pull out his AK. Raises his hand and pulls the trigger. Unleashes a burst of 5 bullets. The black bear is experienced too. Dodges 3 just barely. Shot in the side of the face. Its left eye bursts with blood. The black bear recoils, howling. In too much pain to charge again. Keeps a fierce stare at Lin Yu. At the barrel in his hand. Keeps retreating. Slowly backs into the woods. Lin Yu lowers his gun gradually. Not out of hesitation. Much less out of sudden kindness.
He analyzes calmly.
With the black bear's original power.
If it absorbs magic tonight.
Becomes a magical creature. It'll at least reach Black Iron 3-star level or higher. But now it's covered in wounds. Its strength is greatly reduced. If killed now, all he'd get is some bear meat. It's not much tastier than braised chicken. How much better could it taste anyway? Might as well wait until late night. Let it get magical. Then farm magic crystals. So Lin Yu lifts his gun and sneers. The black bear doesn't dare mess around. They both back off. Maintain an unspoken understanding. Hunter and prey reach a temporary truce. Time to see what my sister sent me. Lin Yu calms his nerves. Opens the supplies. Even guns can be shipped. Is the logistics directly connected to Dragon Nation now? At that thought, he gets nervous. Doesn't bother to check ammo and guns one by one. After searching, Lin Yu finally finds a letter. He carefully opens it. Neat handwriting catches his eye. No doubt it's from his sister. Yu, rest assured in the other world. I've already contacted the country for you. That's what the letter says. Dragon Nation is your biggest support. Every word feels like a shot of adrenaline. Joy rushes through Lin Yu's heart. Commander-in-Chief of the Capital Military District, 5-star General Lei Zhenguo, personally guarantees it. His performance has attracted national attention.
Official support is now direct.
Even the guns and ammo are actual military gear from vehicles, not a single piece of junk. These resources are all top-tier gear used by Dragon Nation frontline soldiers, and all ammo issued is standard model. If new guns arrive later, ammo is immediately compatible. Drift bottle space no longer wasted on exclusive bullets. Dragon Nation's manufacturing finally standardizes full auto. Even the AK-1024 he got comes standard with armor-piercing rounds. With that, no island monster can shake him. Perhaps higher-level monsters have overpowered defenses, but for the early Lord trial, with these hot weapons alone, he is completely invincible. But to Ling Yu, even more exciting than being armed, are only 2 pieces of news. First, soil crystals work on Blue Star as well. From this it can be inferred. Supplies from the other world can flow and exchange with the main world. So with national support, he feels no burden. Lin Yu now has a completely win relationship with Dragon Nation. But unexpectedly, the thing that made him happiest was yet to come. The nation values him, but didn't forget his sister and Lei Zhenguo, directly assigned Fire Phoenix Lotus Unit, a whole squad stationed by Lin Zixie's side. With that, no matter how dangerous the other world gets, Lin Yu has no more worries about his sister. He feels at ease, carefully stores Lin Zixie's handwritten letter, takes a deep breath, continues to search through the supplies. Then Lin Yu finds 2 sheets of paper in the pile. An equipment user manual. The other is a gun license personally approved by Lei Zhenguo. The manual is neat and detailed, full of techniques personally taught by Lei Zhenguo. and battle tips. He even shares his years of military experience. This care is unbelievably considerate. And that gun license, even though it's only a piece of paper, no official stamp, but signed personally by Lei Zhengguo, absolutely authoritative. More importantly, all was organized by Lin Zixi herself. Every detail reflects trust and importance. Lin Yu stares at the special note on the gun license. Unable to calm down for a long time, he murmurs, "Now I'm officially licensed. Commander-in-Chief personally approved. Any passionate man
Has dreamed of this.
rifle-shouldered, charging across the battlefield. Honor and pride explode in his heart. Lin Yu carefully folds all paper certificates, then turns to the rest of the supplies on the ground. But in that instant, his pupils widen suddenly. Whoa, a burst of purple light. This isn't a dream. In front of Lin Yu, top-tier hot weapons with whole crates of ammo, so bright he can barely see. Who would have thought? Everyone else scavenges sticks in survival. He starts off with a K and premium ammo, like the strongest firepower player on Earth. Then he is shocked to find this AK-1024 has attack plus 77. Armor penetration 70 can be used right away. Full magazine holds 35 rounds. Spare mag full and 6 boxes of ammo. Rifles, pistols, and machine guns all compatible. Total of 1,700 rounds. And they're all purple quality. Even more insane is the durability. Maxed out directly. Can fire until the end of time. But that's not all. Purple weapon, top-tier attributes. A survival player's dream. Yet Lin Yu finds. Others are thrilled if they synthesize a green stone sword. But he starts off, picks up subguns as he pleases. Blue weapons still depend on luck. He gets a full set right at the start. And not just that. The words special silver stand out. He feels it's unbelievable. Immediately click to view the detailed instructions. And now comes the real twist. Special silver weapon. No entry barrier. No additional requirements. 4 empty mod slots. Equip however you want. No need to even think about it. From now on, unlimited fire and lightning ammo.
It's all possible.
Plus, the system states clearly, you can customize the perks yourself. Play however you like. Compared to this, other people's purple gear doesn't even have enough perk slots. He gets maxed out loadout right away, giving his opponents no chance. Lin Yu's heart is racing. And that's not all. Exclusive info is being revealed. These perks can be endlessly modified. Both enchantments and gems can be added. A real loadout. Cranks up the fun for the whole crowd. But there are some rules to the perks. If they don't work together, it's 1-1. Less than 1. But Lin Yu's longbow gun never has inherent conflicts. It's all up to how you build it. Ultimate freedom of customization. He's still not over the surprise. Already imagining in his mind. If he could get unlimited bullets in the future. Add fire element. Then pair it with ice and lightning abilities. How could anyone compete? With Dragon Country's top-tier industrial logistics. Firepower maxed out. Tonight's monster trials are in the bag. At this moment, he looks at the next item. This time it's a bulletproof vest. And the real shockers are still to come. Mingyu's eyes light up instantly. Shanru Series Combat 1. Same model as Blue Star Army's parade uniform. Top-of-the-line gear. How many times had he envied it on TV? Now it's finally on him. It's like he was born to wear this. What's going to happen next in the monster trial? Can he really take out 10 in one go? As soon as the island owner's bulletproof vest appears, Lin Yu gets goosebumps. Dragon scale armor, multifunctional pockets, solar charging. It can even power energy weapons. The key point, plus 70 defense. Ranged attacks get an extra plus 30 boost. The only issue is he's just bronze tier. Is there even anything in this world tougher than Dragon Country's current combat uniform? Anything more extreme? But right now all he wants is to put it on immediately. Then he uses the crystal's reflection. Holding the Desert Eagle, posing back and forth. Instantly locked in a level 2 aura. Can't help thinking, damn, I look awesome. But the surprises don't stop there. Unintended discovery. The bulletproof vest's kit comes into view. Purple tactical knife with emergency ammo. Attack power plus 50, armor piercing. Includes bleeding effect. High-powered flashlight can blind enemies instantly. and also has a stun effect. Triple burst purple grenade. Area damage plus disables electronics. Maxed doubt effects. But the craziest part comes next. Portable solid time bomb is purple silver too. 50 meters of wide area explosive damage. Instant kills are not a dream. Playing with a super high damage bomb in hand. Lin Yu's nearly laughing from his poet trait. If he didn't trust Dragon Country's product quality, he'd want to throw that bomb far away right now. 20,000 points of damage. Wipes out everything in the core zone. Question is, can tonight's mutated black bear survive this ultimate gift package? Truth is, he's a bit worried. It's too powerful. Might blow up all the important loot. By now it's grown dark. Lin Yu's heartbeat accelerates. Just wants to get started right away. But the crystal suddenly starts a countdown. Trial begins in 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 47 seconds. He forces himself to calm down. Puts the bomb away in the side pocket, looking forward. Turns to continue inventorying the rest of the supplies. This time it's medical supplies and self-heating military rations. Medical equipment should be the pinnacle of Dragon Country industry too. Full of hope, he opens the 2 camo medical kits, but is caught off guard by a system message. This anticlimax was totally unexpected. The medical kits aren't even as good as basic army supplies. System asks again. Convert to Island World trial version? Lin Yu taps to change without thinking. A flash of green light. Both medkits instantly upgraded. He now holds a roll of bandage and a bottle of white medicinal powder. Checks their stats closely. Green bandage restores 1000 HP per minute. Pair it with healing potion. Instantly restore 300 HP. Handles both inflammation and detox. Compared to Blue Star's medkits, you get an extra life with on-the-spot revival. Now Lin Yu fully understands. Divine trial grounds may be highly realistic, but the rules are way more like a game. Even with Dragon Army gear, it has to be adapted. Otherwise, even killer equipment could end up useless. With that in mind, he starts planning. Should he focus on more medical supplies next time? The monster trial hasn't started yet. Supplies have to be maxed out first. If all the medkits could transform like before, he'd be unstoppable. Lin Yu could walk everywhere like a boss. Sadly, now's not the time. So he packs the bandage and powder away. Lin Yu mutters to himself, "Forget it, I'll use them only if I really need to." With his current gear and attack power, even most regular monsters couldn't get close. Healing or not. Can wait for later. Soon enough. Lin Yu shifts his gaze to the stack of iron rations on the ground. 200 military rations neatly stacked.
He casually picks up a box.
Braised pork on top. Those 3 words make his mouth water. He pops the lid. Rich aroma fills the air. Tender skin, melt-in-your-mouth meat. Compared to the self-heating meal his sister bought before, completely blows it away, both for nutrition and taste. Not even close to regular army rations on the market. And the rations have great stats. Bronze braised pork rice. Military rations, blue tier. 1 bite. Restores 50 hunger. Gotta admit, survival mechanics in Island World really feel like a game. Besides hunger, there's thirst and health status. All these rules are buried deep in the system. You only get a red light warning if you really can't go on. Only when you're at your limit. He checks a few more packages. Different flavors. But the effects are the same. Mingyu can't help but nod. Good stuff is always great. He almost starts digging in again, but remembers he just finished eating. And those annoying things at the beach earlier. He swallows his saliva. Decides to put the ration back. 200 military rations. Eat as you like. Enough for a whole month. Lin Yu does the math. No worries about food anymore. Even with 3 meals a day, all inclusive. As for water, Mingyu feels even more at ease. Once the crystal upgrades to level 2, the water purifier blueprint will unlock. He opens the upgrade menu. Would you like to use black iron tier magic crystals? To upgrade the crystal to level 2. A system notification appears.
It's magic crystals again.
Lin Yu frowns slightly. He doesn't have any on hand, but he quickly figures it out. No need to wait until tonight's monster hunt to get the first batch of magic crystals. These instant meals on hand can be traded. Many survivors are already starving now. they're sure to fight over them. Thinking of this, Lin Yu doesn't hesitate at all. He goes straight to the survivor channel. Channel users 761 thousandths of a. Not many deaths lately. Looks like everyone's starting to adapt. But he's still uneasy. These survivors. Maybe they found a steady food supply too. He hurriedly checks the chat. Wang Wu says, "Boss, can you spare some food? The whole island is just rocks. I'm so hungry I could eat dirt." Seeing old-timer Wang Wu still here, Lin Yu feels slightly relieved. Right now, survivors are still complaining in the channel. Most can only eat the iron bread from supply chests, or the occasional wild fruit on the island. Having enough to eat is still just wishful thinking. With this in mind, his military rations are definitely hot commodities. More importantly, Lin Yu finds a new clue. By the way, guys, it's suggested you don't use too many magic crystals drops from tonight's monsters. Stop once you break into level 1. Wang Wu says the bosses are hoarding crystals. We only care about eating. Renan says the point is you can't just eat magic meat. Too much magic energy makes you go crazy and thin. You could easily lose your mind. Right after that, Renan drops a card attachment. Black iron water magic crystal. Crystal shows medium quality. Description says, drops after killing water monsters. Use upgrade island crystal or boost free attribute. But be careful before evolution. Gives 1 to 3 random attribute points. Ming Yu checks the leaderboard. Ren An is only 7th. Never grew by hoarding crystals. Clearly confirms what he said. Renan goes on. But you don't have to worry about upgrading the crystal. Level 1 purifies 1 a day. Level 2 purifies 10 a day. Looks like, could Renan have already upgraded his crystal to level 2? Lin Yu just had this thought, and immediately starts a private chat. Sends a friend request. Lin Yu speaks up first. "Hello. I have extra food in hand. Do you have surplus magic crystals? Can we trade?" Message sent. Ren An almost instantly replies. Responds immediately. Ren An is thrilled. For real? The rations from my chest are already gone. But I'm afraid to touch the fish meat monster's drop. Right after saying this, Ming Yu quickly pegs Ren An's personality. Probably just college level IQ. Very pure. Even as a former famed island lord, most people would try to hide their weaknesses. But Renan just lays his needs out. This gives Lin Yu a chance to negotiate prices, even trading bread for crystals. Ren An would probably agree. But Lin Yu has no intention of ripping him off. He gives a straightforward offer. 1 meal for 1 crystal. As many as you have. Seriously. I still have 5. Won't giving you all of them be too much? Are you really gonna take them all? Still has 5 crystals left after all this time. Looks like Survivor's progress isn't much beyond his own. He can send the trade proposal now. Ren An quickly sends the trade request. Lin Yu takes out 5 boxes of instant rice, leaving 19 boxes left. A flash of light appears. The ration box is swapped for 5 sea blue magic crystals, 2 medium quality, 1 normal, 1 inferior, and 1 excellent. Renan, excited as he is, doesn't forget to ask, "Wait, it's instant rice. Not a chest drop, is it?" Lin Yu doesn't bother to explain, just replies, "Okay." Renan happily says, "You're crazy lucky. That's valuable. I thought it'd just be bread. But you even brought real rice bowls. Better send back 2 to you." This kid is really craving food. Lin Yu can't help but laugh. Replies, "Don't worry about it. Your info is valuable." They go on chatting. Honestly, people know most of this now. I just thought, since we're all from Huaxia, might as well help each other out. Seriously, let me return 2 boxes of rice. Lin Yu nods. The guy's got a sense of honor. Even in a survival room, he think about helping out. If you really feel shortchanged, how about giving me more insider info? Ming Yu, keep the food. No need to return. If you truly want to make it up, can you tell me any more secrets of this island world? Absolutely. Lucky bro. Besides what I said in the channel, there are 2 more tips you can use. Crystal drop quality is linked to monster star level. Island crystal upgrades only accept normal or better quality. Inferior ones are useless. Second, upgrading crystal to level 2. Expands protection radius to 5 meters. You can also move it once. It's best to put your crystal in a wide open area. Otherwise, magical energy outside is too strong. Like me, planted all seeds. But now everything's dead. Now it all makes sense. No wonder Ren ends out of food. Turns out he ruined all his crops. Lin Yu gets his intel. Contact me anytime if you get more news. You can always exchange for crystals too. Renan, thanks boss. Closes the private chat. Lin Yu takes his new crystals. Up to the core crystal. Progress bar 4/10. Only one inferior magic crystal left. Should he use it for attributes? Lin Yu hesitates with the inferior one. After all, inferior crystals only grow mushrooms. Might give 0 points and be a waste. Even if you gain, it's contaminated with magic energy. Right now with weapons and gear, adding points isn't his top priority. Rather than risk it. It's surprising. Ren-En isn't the only tough survivor. Lin Yu thinks to himself. He must make sure to absorb only evolved crystals. Only evolved ones. So he carefully puts his last inferior one onto the crystal. At the same time, 1 hour left until the monster trials. While waiting for the magic crystal to evolve, Lin Yu opens the chat area and immediately gets bombarded with envy. Everyone's admiring how Renan hunts magic monsters like collecting veggies. Zhang Kai, don't leave yet. We're so poor we can't even make a sound. If we get even a bite of monster meat, we'd count ourselves lucky. Didn't expect anyone would actively ask for food. Monster meat is risk-free from magic contamination. 1 magic crystal for a meal. Only swapping for normal or above quality. Chat explodes instantly. Wang 5. Someone's actually selling food. Wait for me, I'm diving for crystals now to swap for food. Zhang Kai. Why can't you use inferior crystals? I have high-quality magic crystals. Can I exchange for an extra portion? Lin Yu replied bluntly, no further explanation given. Only average or better quality. 1 magic crystal for 1 portion of food. A tough lesson learned from 3 days of survival with the scepter. He's no bleeding heart. And definitely not a cash cow. Otherwise, the law of the jungle applies. Under the island rules, sooner or later someone will target you. Zhang Kai scoffed, saying it'd be better to keep the magic crystals for himself. Seeing his attitude, Lin Yu couldn't even bother to reply. He's hardly the only one desperate for some clean food. Right after, Zhang San was actually able to exchange. Are you just hyping up bread to mislead everyone? Lin Yu offered any flavor of instant rice. First come, first served. Lisi chose rice. For real? You're willing to sell top-tier goods like this? But then Renan proved it was true. There were photos as proof. The lucky boss just has more to spare. I just exchanged for 5 boxes of instant rice. It's way better than bread. 1 box of braised pork rice. Full of meaty aroma. Next shot, 5 boxes gathered on the ground. The visual impact was off the charts. Zhang San wanted to take them all. How much for all of them, boss? Also, Lisi spoke too soon earlier. Boss, please don't hold it against him. Can I still exchange for food? In an instant, 7 more magic crystals came in. Trade requests kept flooding the screen. Lin Yu was cheerfully crossing his legs. Suddenly, dark clouds rolled in over the chat channel. Chun Lin said, goods like instant rice. You didn't release them earlier when you had them? The number 1 in the zone gets resource distribution rights. Hand everything over. Sooner or later, you'll be taken down. Lin Yu didn't bother responding. Fairness meant making a clear statement. 1 magic crystal for 1 portion of food. No exceptions for anyone. But Chun Lin doubled down. Does he really think he's a rookie? Able to talk to the top ranker as if they're equals? Does that deserve any respect? Zhang Kai joined in, claiming it was just loot box goods anyway. Why should there be a fee? Everyone should. You don't deserve to keep it all for yourself. Yet, the tide of the conversation actually turned back. This is a textbook case of too much magic crystal consumption. If the loot box gave out great stuff, and the lucky boss didn't keep it for herself, and still offered it up for trade, that's what you call broad-minded. Lisi immediately chimed in. Magic crystals for food. Now, that's reasonable, especially since there's meat. The lucky boss's prices are more than fair. Why didn't Chun Lin offer food to exchange? Jiang San responded sharply, just sour grapes. No need for idle talk. I suggest the lucky boss just double the price for them. Li Si jumped in again. No problem, let's stop arguing. I want to eat my fill. Back to the sea to collect more magic crystals. If I'm late, the rice will all be gone. I fully support this move. Chun Lin and Zhang Kai were completely backed into a corner. The group chat went wild. Lin Yu couldn't help but smile at the corner of his mouth watching, feeling a strong sense of satisfaction. All he wanted at first was to safely exchange for some magic crystals, but unexpectedly gained popular support. Trade messages kept flooding in. Even the survivors who were waiting and watching got swept up in the trading frenzy. The instant rice stock dropped quickly. Meanwhile, Lin Yu had more and more magic crystals in hand. Suddenly, a friend request popped up in the system. One Ran sent you a friend request? Accept or reject? Lin Yu raised his eyebrows slightly. He remembered this woman. She was begging Chun Lin for information before. Now she was taking the initiative to DM him. Once the request was accepted, she immediately sent a rather bold photo. Wan Ran flattered, lucky boss. Little sis doesn't have many magic crystals, but wants to exchange for some rice and get to know you better. I wonder if it's possible. Then she sent a video. Hu Anran dancing around the crystal. Her moves were over the top. Lucky boss. Must have worked hard opening boxes. Here's a special dance for you. I can dance however you want, as long as I get some rice. Lin Yu calmly judged her, still not interested. After all, his sister Lin Zixi is known as a campus beauty. He's had an eye for aesthetics since childhood. Grew up seeing top-tier beauties. There's no way a trick like this would work on him. Besides, in the survival game, only hard assets like magic crystals matter to her. Physical needs come second. Only someone addicted to magic crystals like Chun Lin would fall for this kind of temptation. When Hu Anran saw Lin Yu wasn't reacting, she kept sending voice messages. Boss, why aren't you saying anything? Want to tell me your type? In the survival world, chatting is totally open. As long as you give me food, I'll perform any dance you want. But Lin Yu wasn't tempted at all. He simply replied that if you have no magic crystals, let's not waste each other's time. Switching to another island at sea, Hu Anran sneered with contempt. She assumed all men were the same. Easy to hook with a little tease. Even the top ranker Chun Lin fell for her. So why not Lin Yu, who just got lucky with food? But as she started to record a new video by the crystal, Hu Anran's face turned grim. She couldn't help but curse. I went all out. And he only cares about magic crystals. Hu Anran wanted to lash out at Lin Yu, but her hunger made reason win over anger. She gritted her teeth and opened her contacts. Found Lin Yu's profile, and sent a trade request. Lin Yu got the notification. 4 magic crystals. He raised an eyebrow. So she still had some resources left. Might as well trade all the remaining rice away. If only he'd known. Could have saved all that talk. Wasted time on videos. He accepted the trade. Magic crystals received. Lin Yu checked, and 3 were actually high quality. How did she get those? He looked at the leaderboard, but Hu Anran wasn't listed. He suspected she got them through connections. But he didn't care.
He threw all the magic crystals into the crystal pedestal.
Congratulations, you've collected everything. Required to upgrade the crystal to level 2. Current progress, 10/10. Ready to upgrade? Lin Yu upgraded quickly and decisively.